What's going on, everyone? We're back in action. Part 2 of our cooking adventure begins. We are doing our slow cooked chicken fajitas. So if you're just tuning in and you missed the first part, you are more than welcome to go back to my page and see part 1. I also dropped all the directions on how to cook the recipe there for you as well. You can also find it on YouTube and Twitch as well if you guys are streaming on there. We're going to go ahead and get Instagram live here, so bear with me, team. Bada bing, bada boom. We're here to rock, and my rice just finished. What perfect timing. Been waiting on that rice. So if you guys are just tuning in, I appreciate you hanging out. We're cooking tonight. It's Monday, and we are doing our slow-cooked chicken fajitas. Everything was done in the crock pot, and then we're making a side dish that was done in the rice cooker that we have back yonder where Ollie is scrounging around. So our rice just finished cooking. I didn't want to make you guys sit through 30 minutes of rice cooking, and so what we need to do though right now, our chicken fajitas have been in the crock pot now for 4 hours. Actually about 4.5 hours. So they are pretty much cooked. What we need to do now is we need to shred the chicken. I'm going to shred it right in here because when I pull it out, I typically make a massive mess, and I just don't want to have to deal with that right now. So we're going to take the lid off. It's going to be hot, so get ready. I simply just use 2 forks. Some people will have like those bear claw meat shredders. I don't have any of those, but it does make me want to buy some. So we're simply just going to come in, we're going to shred this all up. This chicken is just falling apart so easily. Oh man, it's going to be great. So this meal right here, just the chicken fajita alone is over 38 grams of protein per serving in this recipe. And this is one of the many recipes you can find through my coaching on my program for your weekly meals. And this is great for just throwing it in and flipping the switch and walking away. But also it's really good, and it's so full of flavor that it's perfect for meal prep. Sometimes when it comes to meal prep, food loses a lot of its flavor. And like it only causes me to meal prep for a couple days because then I just prefer cooking fresh food after that. But with this chicken fajita, it is solid from day 1 to day 3 or 4. It doesn't last that long in this house because it's so good. Ton of flavor. So with this recipe, and if you guys missed the first live stream, that's okay. I'll give us a quick cliff notes on this first one. We used 1.5 pounds of chicken breast. I went a little over, just under 2 pounds, because I remember last time I wanted more protein. Shocker. Then we went with 3 bell peppers. We went with 1 whole onion, and we chopped those up and threw them in here, and then we seasoned with salt and pepper. I also chopped up 3 garlic cloves. I added those in at the end because I love garlic, and I think it gives a great flavor to everything. I'm Italian, and it just is in my blood to eat garlic all the time. So after that, we added in 16 ounces of salsa. I did 12 ounces of a spicier medium especial salsa from Trader Joe's. And then I added in 4 ounces of a really good fresh pico de gallo. So if you guys can see this, it is killer. Totally shredded apart. Once we get this all plated up, I'll bring it closer so you guys can see it. So we got this all shredded now, right? All nice and mixed. What I'm going to do is we're going to cover it back up while we do a couple other things. So now this shredded chicken's going to really take on that flavor even more. And it kind of develops this broth. Or not kind of. It definitely develops this broth that is so delicious. I could drink it out of a cup by itself. True fact. So the one last thing we need to do with the crock pot recipe is we have to add in the juice of 1 lime. We also need a lime for our cilantro lime rice that we'll be making next. My wife requested that the rice be less limey. I like lime, so I'm going to make it less limey this time. I'm going to use this bigger lime for the fajita. And we're going to use this smaller lime for the cilantro lime rice. What I like to do with lime is put my hand on it and kind of roll it out a little bit. This will soften up the inside. I do not have a lime or lemon squeezer. I have 2 mitts I was born with called my hands, and those work just as well. Just pair it up with a fork, and we'll be good to go. So we cut this guy right down the middle. We're gonna juice 1 lime straight into the crock pot here. So I like to just take a fork, half a lime, I stick it right in the middle of the lime. I'll squeeze it as hard as I can and then just slowly just turn the fork back and forth. We're gonna get all that lime juice right out, straight into the crock pot. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. It's Monday night. Right now it's just 6:45 here, California time. All right, we got 1 lime done. We need to do the other half. And we're cooking. If you guys missed the first part, don't worry. You can find that on my YouTube or Twitch channel or Instagram. They're all 3 is on there. We have the directions on how to make the chicken fajita. We're just finishing that up now. I'm adding in the lime juice here. So we got that all in. Crushed into oblivion. Perfect. Just give my hand a rinse here. Then one last thing I want to do. All that lime juice right now is kind of sitting on top. I'm just going to give it one last mix to get that lime juice all blended in. But let me tell you guys, this is looking killer. The macros on this, we're looking at 38 grams of protein. I just stole a little taster. Oh yeah, it's right on the money. 38 grams of protein, 4 grams of fat, and only 15 grams of carbs just in the chicken fajita alone. So for our carb cycling, this is a perfect meal for that. I did hit legs today, and I'm super hungry, so we are going to pair that with some cilantro lime rice. So we're going to go ahead and do that next, but we need to prepare a couple things before we do. We're going to go ahead and grab some cilantro here. I love cilantro. I could eat cilantro all day. I think it smells delicious. I think it tastes great. I add it to anything I can. Salads, sandwiches, eggs, you name it. I think cilantro is delicious. I feel so bad for the people when they taste cilantro. It tastes like toothpaste to them. Oh, what a terrible curse. Whose idea was that to do to people? So we're going to take the cilantro, full stem and all, okay? We're going to finely chop this. I like to keep the stem inside. That way it gives just a ton of flavor to the cilantro profile. So we're going to chop this all up. We need, I want to say a 1/3 cup or 1/4 cup. So we need a 1/4 cup. I got a measuring cup right here. I am going to chop up extra though, because I like to top my plate with it after. Like I said, I love cilantro. So we're going to chop a little bit more than necessary for the cilantro lime rice recipe. So besides the cilantro, we need to get some zest from one of the limes, or the remaining lime, I should say. And then we also need the juice from that lime. There's only 3 final ingredients for the rice. And we just need to finely chop this, stem and all. But for the rice, how we started that out is I use this right here. This is Jasmine long grain rice by Mahatma. You can find this at like your basic grocery store. I buy a 5-pound bag. I probably should just go to Costco and buy a way bigger one. But that rice is great. What I do is I rinse it until the water is clear. So we want to get all that extra starch out of there. Rinse all that off. And then flip the switch and get it going. But what you're also going to add into that rice is a tablespoon of olive oil. So I use the tablespoon of organic olive oil right here. This one's from Trader Joe's, pretty good. And then a little bit of salt. So I did some fresh ground sea salt into there. And yeah. Then once that got cooking, It's all good to go now, so that's right behind me. We'll grab that in just a second. Let me finish up this cilantro. We really want those, it really fine. But what do you guys like cooking? What recipes do you want to see next? I'm thinking about doing Monday nights being a cooking night. I think that'd be pretty fun. I love cooking. Gives me an excuse to show you guys some good stuff. But if there's a recipe that you guys want to see on the next one, next Monday, I'll prepare for that. And I'll get a healthy version of whatever that is. Maybe we'll do something that you may think is unhealthy, right? Maybe we'll do like your favorite pizza place or burger joint or something like that. And then I'll retrofit it to be super healthy. All right, so we got our 1/4 cup here. So it looks like I have a little bit extra like I wanted. A little bit extra fine. Get that up in there, make sure I got enough, because I'm not going to do the fine as a topper. I'm just going to use it for the recipe of the actual rice. So we're going to get some of that in there. I'm going to rinse this board off in my fingers because it looks like I shook hands with the Grinch. I would imagine that guy sheds, right? Got a lot of hair. Okay. So we're going to move this cilantro. Just give this a little rinse here. Alright, so now we're just going to chop up a little bit extra cilantro. I'm going to put that on the side. And that will be a finisher. Oh man, that was a terrible noise, wasn't it? Alright, we're going to grab a little bit more cilantro, but for the topper, we're not going to have the stems included. I am just going to pull the leaves and toss the stems. So, we'll get that going. If you guys are just tuning in, we are doing our chicken fajita in the slow cooker here. It's pretty much good to go. It looks delicious. We're looking at 38 grams of protein just for the fajitas alone. 15 grams of carbs and only 4 grams of fat, so it's super low. We are going to add avocado on at the end because I love avocado, and personally, I think it just makes the dish look beautiful after. And it'll be a nice, good fat source. I'm getting super hungry. Trained pretty hard today. I'm well over 4,000 calories burned for the day, so I'm hungry. Just gonna get a little bit extra cilantro, just a chop here. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. So we'll put that off to the side. To top later. Okay. Last piece of the puzzle is our lime. So we need to zest a little bit, and we need to get the juice of it, and then we'll mix it all together. We'll plate our dish, and we will present it to Gordon Ramsay to see what he says. All right, lime me. We're gonna give this lime a little rinse because I don't know who else's mitts have been on it besides mine. Got our filtered water system there. Pretty lucky to have that. All right, a little bit of zest. Just a little. As my wife requested, she wants it a little less limey. I literally can't wait to devour it, as I was just talking about how she wants it less limey. So we're only gonna do a little bit of zest, because zest does have a very strong lime flavor. I'll start with a little, and then what I'll probably do is taste test it as we go and see if it's too strong or not. Oh man, that's not even that much. All right, we gotta go a little bit more. I can't remember exactly what the zest measurement is. I want to say it's a tablespoon, but I'm gonna do a little bit less than that. Should be there in just a sec. All right, we got some zest. Yeah, we'll stick with that. That's a fair assessment. Maybe a tad bit more. You know, for the kids. But if you guys are looking for a community to find more recipes or get early access to our live events, or you want to claim your free cookbook, or you want to claim your free trial to our training program, go ahead and join the Cornerstone Fitness HQ. You can find that in the link in my bio. It's completely free to join, and you can claim a bunch of free stuff for you to help you on your fitness and health journey. You can also just find a good community of people who are just looking to do the same thing as you. Just get a little bit healthier, a little bit more fit. Might find an accountability buddy in there. But we don't also just talk fitness. We talk video games, we talk life, we talk movies. A lot of fun stuff in there. It's a great place to hang. All right, so we're going to get a little bit of juice here, and then we'll be able to make our cilantro lime rice. I am just going to do this in here because, like I said, my wife requested it to be less limey, so I'm going to do the lime juice on the side, add it, taste it as I go. Okay, you can't take lime out of rice. I learned that the hard way. So we're going to take that sucker right there, this guy in here. We'll be good to go soon. But I appreciate you guys hanging out, supporting the stream. We're almost going to plate, and we're almost going to eat soon. And let me tell you, as soon as I plate it and as soon as I show you what it looks like, I will be ending this stream to eat it as fast as possible because I'm so hungry. And it's delicious. All right, so we got our zest, we got our juice. Now all we're missing is our rice. Let's go ahead and grab that. Ooh, hot fingers. Okay. Ooh, steamy. We have our rice now. We're going to make our cilantro lime rice. I need this. That's what I was looking for. So the cilantro lime rice on its own is about 110 calories. This one's looking at 23 grams of carbs, 2 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fat. But a cool trick, if you are low on protein and you need to boost that protein up, cook your rice in either chicken broth. That's what I prefer. I think it gives a really great flavor. You can do it in some other type of broth. But if anything, choose bone broth when you do it. So you could cook this in bone broth, and however much you add will boost that protein number up. 1 cup of bone broth alone has 10 grams of protein. So if you were to cook that rice in that, it would boost that number up, giving you some extra macro numbers in your protein. But we're going to combine this with the chicken fajita that we have in here, and that's 38 grams of protein. So with this rice, it's already over a 40 gram protein number, which is fantastic. What's going on, Ryan? Appreciate you hanging out, man. Happy Monday. We're getting to cooking right now. We're just about to make our cilantro lime rice. So let me just give this, make sure, yep, nothing's stuck. So make sure you add olive oil into the rice prior to cooking. This will help with the sticking factor. So we're going to add in a pinch of lime zest. Okay. Then we're going to add in a little splash of lime juice. Okay. And now we're going to add in our cilantro. So this is a 1/4 cup finely chopped cilantro. We're going to get that all in there. This is stems and leaves. The stems are full of flavor. All right. So that's all in there. Now we're going to take this guy. We're going to give it a mix. Get that knife out of here so no one gets hurt. All right. So once I get this all nice and mixed up, we'll do a little taste test. See how our lime ratio is. If I need to add more. Hopefully I don't, and I just got it right on the money. But it's hot. It's cooking, as you can see all this steam here. Man, does it smell good though. Oh. In the words of Guy Fieri, it smells like Flavor City up in here. Flavor Town Express. All right, let's give this a little try. Shut the front door. Oh, doctor. we're done. We're done. We're going to plate this. That was fantastic. Killed it. Doesn't need anything else. Man, I'm good at what I do. Okay, let's get to moving here. Don't need any of this extra zest. That's what I was thinking. Like I said, you don't need a lot of zest. It has a ton of flavor. So we got our cilantro lime rice. We got our chicken fajita with our veggie mix over here. I'm going to move this cilantro real quick. We're going to grab a plate back here. Get this all plated up. Oh, I forgot about our avocado. Let me get that cut real quick. Let me get that cut for our final showing. What do you guys like to cook, huh? What's your go-to meal? Do you like slow cooker recipes? I personally love this one. It's my fave. Let's get a new knife. All right. Avocados. Love them. It's like the best fat source you can have out there. Love it. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Pit fell right out, so that means we're going to eat probably this whole thing. It doesn't matter. I need the numbers. Grab a big spoon. And if you guys are looking for our next live workout, that will be on Friday night. Friday night lifts will be coming up. We'll be going live at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time in the gym, so make sure you guys tune in on Friday. I'm not sure what we're working out yet. I had some requests from some people to do a hit workout, which, you know, I'm definitely known for. So might pull out one of those, depending on how my body's feeling. Maybe we'll do some Olympic lifting. I'm not 100% sure yet. Awesome. Avocado. Money. Oh man, that's perfect. It's a season. It's a season for avocados. All right, let's get this plated up. I'm chatting like a couple Italian ladies over the wash line. So we're going to start with our cilantro lime rice first. I'm going to grab this guy right about here. So let me show you this real quick. Look at this cilantro lime rice. It's delish. So we got our cilantro, lime juice, lime zest in there. Very, very good. You guys can see in there. It's going to look great. We'll plate it in just a second. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to do this fancy cup. Like I said, Gordon Ramsay could be here. Boom. Look at that placement. Look at him. Look at him. All right, so we're going to get our fajita mix now. Now our whole recipe is over 40 grams of protein. Okay, super friendly on the carbohydrates too. So the whole meal itself is 365 calories. It's less than 500 calories for this whole entire meal. Get this rice out of here, put it on the warmer. We got other people who want to eat. All right, so now we're going to get our fajitas served up. Oh, I could just bathe in here. I could just steam my face. It smells so good. All right, we need some tongs. Tongs. All right. Who likes Cisco? We're going to do it. Let's get some chicken fajita up in here. We're going to do one big whole hunkin' serving. If you're wondering how many ounces a serving is, I believe it's 6. I'll have to double check. I'll put it in the description after. I can tell you right now, I'm definitely doing more than 6 ounces of serving. One serving alone, 365 calories. Just for this part, without the avocado. So just this part. I am going to grab a little juice because, like I said, it's really good. Got a ladle here. See you, ladle. All right, get some. Oh, doctor. Shut the front door. Look at this kid. Look at him. Write it down. Tell your mother. Oh man. Let me get some fancy avocado on here. We'll show you kids how we do it in Cornerstone Fitness. All right. Just going to get this placed right here. So we're gonna place that right there. Little flare, little flare, little flare, little flare. Oh. Time, what was my time? Chef done. If I was on Chopped, I would have won. All right, let's show this off. Let's show the people what they've been waiting for. So this meal right here, we're looking at 365 calories, 40 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat, and 38 grams of carbohydrates without the avocado. Okay, if you add in the avocado, that's going to bump the fat ratio by about 20 to 30 grams, depending on how much avocado you use. So this is our meal here. Appreciate you guys hanging out and watching along. Like I said, we did the chicken fajita here in the slow cooker. We started that earlier. We have our part 1 on either Twitch or YouTube or Instagram. You can find part 1. Part 2 here, we finished up that chicken fajita and we made the cilantro lime rice. This is a super simple meal, guys. You don't have to complicate getting healthy or eating healthy. You can still eat food that is just packed with flavor. It is absolutely packed with flavor. I'm not kidding. This is probably one of our household favorites in the Billington household. We eat this. We used to eat it a lot, but then we ate it too much and had to take a hot break. But I said to Jess, I said, I think Monday is fajita time. Yeah. You guys. Oh my gosh. This might be one of my best. This might be one of my best ones. Clearly I need to cook on live more. All right, so we got our meal done. Perfect meal right here. We're looking at 365 calories for our meal, right? 40 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat, 38 grams of carbs. That is without the avocado, okay? When you add in the avocado, it's going to bump that fat ratio. If you're looking to increase the protein, I want you to cook the rice in either bone broth of some variety you're choosing, whatever you prefer. I would do chicken broth. I think it has a great flavor. But that being said, we made the cilantro lime rice. Everything was really easy too, right? You just chop a couple vegetables, you throw it in a crock pot, you flip the switch, you walk away. 4 to 6 hours, depending on how much time you really need. If you're cooking it on low or you're cooking it on high, I cooked it on high. And then we did our cilantro lime rice. Once that was cooked up, we just chopped up some cilantro, zested some lime, and squeezed some lime juice into that and just mixed it all up. And I'm not lying, guys. This is just flavor. It's just pure flavor. Pure protein, super healthy. You're eating just non-processed food right here. And that's the idea, right? Whole, real food. This is going to be the way to build a healthy relationship with food. Shop on the perimeter of the grocery store. Don't shop in the aisles. That will save you from staying away from processed foods and eating more whole, rich, nutrient-dense foods. But if you guys found this helpful, you guys like this, please comment below after I post this what you want to see cooked next. And next Monday, we'll get a new meal going. But this one will get on there, and I'll get all the directions in there for you guys. But I appreciate you hanging out with me and supporting the stream. And if you guys are new to it, please give me a follow or subscribe. And don't hesitate to join our free community with the link in my bio, the Cornerstone Fitness HQ. But thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday night.